Hey everybody, you're watching Model Railroad Minute, an inside look showcasing the people and projects of the world's greatest hobby, model railroading. I'm Don Trink. In this episode, we are taking a field trip to visit Kermit Paul's Lone Pine and Tonapaugh layout. The new Lone Pine and Tonapaugh began in 1995 when Kermit decided to build a basement under his existing house. The LP&T is an imaginary railroad operating during World War II. Motive power is naturally steam with some early era diesel power. This layout is amazing, well thought out and executed. Let's take a look.
Out here in the garage behind you over here is a museum of technology and hobby. Artifacts, primarily technical nature. Some of them are actually my inventions. The operational amplifier train detector, progressive cab control, things of that nature are there. Posters you see up above you were actually sent to me by a layout visitor from Illinois. After he toured the layout, he said, I got some stuff for you. So he mailed me those brochures. And a lot of them I think were original, one or two was not. Over here on the right, these paper items in the display rack, I was given several cartons of materials, newspapers and other things from the World War II era that were saved by different people. So I've mounted samples up there. You can kind of see historical information from that era. This, of course, is the entrance to the layout. It's kind of a takeoff on the Boys Railroad Club of an American Fire had a TV show many years ago where they always started with the people going in through the observation car deck. It turns out both reverse loops are physically stacked one above the other. Okay. And they have a spur off of each, so they can come through the wall here off either end of the railroad, which we say is basically Santa Fe or SP interchange. They go out to a sector plate yard. That's a 10-track sector plate yard. Okay. Which means you send your trains out and there's no switches, there's no switch ladder. You simply do this. Oh. There was a model railroad article from British cousins on, this is very common in their portable layouts that they use for shows in England. Mm-hmm. But the author said, never make it for more than 2 tracks. He didn't say why. Why would you only make it for 2 tracks? So I got a door, and I put 10 tracks on it. So you can run from either the west end of the railroad to the east end, go to storage, and you can come back from either end, or the same end. So it works out really well. The length happens to match the length of my passing siding, so it's perfectly calibrated. We don't get over-length trains on there. It works out real well. There is a company called Precom. Bob Bush, I forget his last name. Anyway, he runs it. He's a pretty top guy at Motorola, and this is sort of a hobby/business. He's developed a system of components called Dream Players. If you look down here in the rack, that's what these cards are. But he's developed a system whereby your audio files are recorded on standard SD cards that you use in cameras. 4, maybe up to 16 tracks per card. So it stores, the music is stored as an MP3? As a WAV file. As a WAV file. Okay. On the SD card. The player module you see here with the red and the green lights on it, that's set up, it can play any of the tracks you've recorded on there, either randomly, sequentially, or in whatever format you want. And it produces a line level output that you can then run to your amplifier system or whatever. But in addition to that, he also has transistor outputs that will automatically switch at the beginning of the playing of a track, during the playing of a track, or at the end. They can be used to control things. So I'm actually going to start a little program here that's under the control of the Dream Players. So all of these are done on Dream Players. They're not CDs, they're solid state, they're very dependable. And my understanding is that his systems are going to be compatible with this new NMRA layout, command, control, LCC protocol that they'll be talking about at the National in Portland. But that's how the audio is done here. It's done on a series. Each one of these can actually provide outputs to, it can actually drive more than one output. So all of my audio is done off these solid state players. There are no moving parts, nothing to wear out. They work very well. So that's how the audio is. Now Jim Wells has a company in Southern California called Fantasonics. He will do custom tracks for you for these, or he also sells off-the-shelf tracks. Let's say you want a generic Sawmill or generic City soundtrack, you can get them. You would Google Fantasonics, Fantasonics. So he has the tracks if you don't want to do your own. You can make your own also. This one that you're hearing now was done by Jim Wells for me. And that's about a 2-hour custom track. All the audio tracks he's done are all custom for me. And he does what's called scale sound. It's not just putting a bunch of records on. He figures out how to project the sound to the right location. This is done very professionally. You may not appreciate it when you hear it, but it really is. It's more than I could do myself.
Not overwhelming in any
Yeah.
one place.
Yeah. So he controls the levels, and he can actually make a sound appear anywhere in space he wants to. Yeah, it's how he does it. Yeah.
All the day long, whether rain or shine, she's a part of the assembly line. She's making history, working for victory. Rosie, the riveter, keeps a sharp lookout for sabotage. Sitting up there on the fuselage, that little frail can do more than a male can do. Rosie, the riveter. Rosie's got a boyfriend, Charlie. Charlie, he's a Marine. Rosie is protecting Charlie, working overtime on the riveting machine. When they gave her a production knee, she was as proud as a girl could be. There's something true about red, white, and blue about Rosie, the riveter. Rosie, working on assembly line. Leave it on that day. Rebe boy, Rebe. Rosie, the riveter on the assembly line. Ajax makes even the dirtiest hand shine like new. Radio tower up on.
Step aside, partner, it's my day. Bend an ear and listen to my version of a really solid Tennessee excursion. Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
Yes, yes, track 29.
Boy, you can give me a shine.
Can you afford to board the Chattanooga choo-choo?
I've got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore.
Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer
Than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina.
When you hear the whistle blow and 8 to the bar, then you'll know that Tennessee is not very far.
Shovel all the coal in, gotta keep it rolling.
Woo woo Chattanooga, there you are.
There's gonna be a certain party at the station.
Satin lace,
I used to call Funny Faye. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam.
So Chattanooga choo-choo,
Won't you choo-choo me home?
Chattanooga, Chattanooga,
Get aboard,
Chattanooga,
all aboard.
Chattanooga choo-choo,
Won't you choo-choo me home?
Chattanooga choo-choo.
Kermit Paul adds interest and movement on the LP&T with an amazing number of animated scenes and expert lighting. If you want more information about this layout, you can read an in-depth article in the November 1993 issue of Model Railroader magazine. Also, an article was featured in the March 2011 edition of the online magazine Model Railroad Hobbyist. This is a free publication and can be found at www.modelrailroadhobbyist.com. Look for the URL in the credits. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and remember this: teach your kids to model railroad and they won't have enough money for alcohol and drugs. See you next time.